Welcome to this Raglan Bitesize video about the Raglan Sports Cup, our extracurricular inter-house sporting competition that takes place after school every week in the juniors. It's come a long way since it started, with 40 children in year 5 and 6 playing football every week. It now encompasses 250 children in a variety of different sports playing sport every week. Our key aims are to offer pupils opportunities to engage in competitive sport at a level suitable for them, increase our pupils' social circle within school as they'll be playing with and against children in other classes and year groups, develop our pupils' confidence, resilience, teamwork and leadership skills, and hopefully inspire a lifelong love of playing sport. How does it work? Well, children in their juniors are invited to attend trials after school in September, December and March every year. Those trials take the form of a circuit, fun activities that are related to the sport. We certainly don't expect children to be experts or even know the rules of the sports. That's our job to teach them. All we're looking for is, can they demonstrate engagement in sport, good behaviour so that they can learn, and of course they can show off their talent. If successful, pupils will be placed into their house teams, Elgar, Austin, Picasso or Mandela, and invited to attend the club every week. And the format of the clubs is skill-focused activities where they can develop an understanding of the game as well as their skills, and then inter-house matches where the scores are all recorded and added to our overall Raglan Sports Cup league table. So the scores in year 3 and 4, tag rugby for example, will be added to the same table that the scores from 5 and 6 girls football are put into. And at the end of each half term, the winning house is crowned champions in assembly, where they'll get a certificate if they've played for the winning house, and they'll get a chance to lift the trophy. Transfers and alpha clubs are a key component of the Raglan Sports Cup, and they support us with our vision to have a close game is a fun game, which is our kind of ethos for everything we do within the competition. Transfers help us do that by, say for example, we have a house that has a number of very strong players in it. We try to even up the teams. So as you can see in the example bottom right, Anthony has been transferred from Austin to Elgar, and that will apply for one term in all Raglan Sports Cup clubs. So if he's just in 5 and 6 tag rugby, it will just be in that. But if he's in 5 and 6 boys football and 5 and 6 netball as well, he'll also be transferred to Elgar in those two. But it only applies to the Raglan Sports Cup, so he'll still collect house points for Austin, just like he normally would. And if it was the summer term, he would still be representing Austin in Sports Day. Alpha clubs allow us to increase the capacity. So where there's a sport, say for example, tag rugby in year 5 and 6, where we might have over 100 children attend the trial, we'll create 2 clubs, so 2 sets of house teams, so that more children can play. And what we'll do is we'll stagger the level of competition, or competitiveness level, I should say, for the club. So the Alpha Club will be slightly less competitive than the original club will be. And what that means is that children that perhaps are less experienced in the club, or perhaps have a temperament that suits a less competitive environment, can still enjoy competitive sport. And their points on the league table are exactly the same. So if Austin win in the core club, they get 3 points in the league table. If Austin win in the Alpha Club, they also get 3 points in the league table. They all count the same. And then what we do is our message to the children within the clubs is, if you want to be selected for the school teams, it's a bit like an international call-up. Play well for your house, and you can be called up to the Raglan Rhinos or the Raglan Rattlesnakes or the Raglan Rebels. Pupils that play well for their house could be selected for the school teams based on following criteria. So showing good sportsmanship at all times, being reliable, attending the club every week, listening to instructions and working hard to improve, always trying your best, particularly when your team is losing, and consistently playing well for their house team. And we have about 280 children that represent our school teams every year. Managing expectations is important. So as a school, we'll certainly be giving these messages to the children, and it helps as well if they can get this message at home um, to prepare them best for the trials. We are a large school. We have 480 pupils in the juniors, and on average, we have about 250 pupils involved in the Raglan Sports Cup every week. 280 children represent the school teams each year. And it's important your child knows that they're attending a trial, and there is a chance they will not gain a place. And the reason for that is twofold. One, we just don't have capacity for 480 children to be involved in the competition. In fact, we're already pretty maxed out at 250 pupils. So we have to have a way of fairly selecting who gets to be involved. And the reason we do a trial as well is that it is a competitive competition, and therefore we want the children taking part to be suited to that. So that could be either because they're really engaged and they enjoy the sport and they want to improve and they want to play for their house. And also we want them to be in a position where they've got the skills or the temperament to enjoy it. Pupils, our message is clear that pupils and parents should be really proud if their child gets a place in a club, including the Alpha clubs, and to not take it for granted that they will gain a place. Harnessing disappointment is a key message that we give the children, both within school in general, particularly in the Raglan Sports Cup, and it applies whether you get into the house teams or even if you're in the house teams but perhaps don't make it into the school teams. It's about seeing failure, which is often a bit of a scary word, as an opportunity to improve and an opportunity to learn. The message that we tell all the children is selection is an opinion, not a fact. So we want the children to, my quote that I'll always tell them is, prove us wrong. If you don't make it into a club, I want you to think that the teachers made a mistake and that it's your job to prove them wrong, just like we would want them to do in life whenever they're faced with disappointment. Our advice for pupils that aren't selected is work hard in your PE lessons. Our curriculum directly links into our extracurricular opportunities. They will do tag rugby in PE, they'll do football in PE, they'll do hockey in PE, cricket, netball, rounders. They'll all be covered in the PE curriculum, and that's your chance to show off to the teachers how good you are. Attend multiple trials to increase your chances of gaining a place in future. We try to give children at least one place if they've attended 2 or 3 clubs. However, if they only attend one, it's quite tricky if there's no space in the club. Apply for non-selective clubs as well, like dodgeball and tennis, so that your child is not left without a club if they don't get through. The best way to do that is fill in the form and put that club as your first choice, and you're more than likely to get that one. And our message to all children, actually, regardless of whether you get in, is to join a sports club outside of school. It's a great way to meet like-minded people, to make friends with. It's also a great way to develop your skills. And often the message we get outside of once children leave Raglan is actually the opportunities at secondary school sometimes are not as much as we can offer here at Raglan. And the best way to play sport into your teenage years and indeed into adult life is to join a club outside of school. And just to note that when we see children taking our advice and trying to prove us wrong and clearly working hard to improve and develop their skills, we want to reward those pupils and give them a place in their trial next time. So if a child doesn't make it through, our message is it doesn't mean that they're a failure in terms of they need to give up. It's you haven't made it through this time. Go away, practice, work hard, come and speak to us, ask us what we can do to get into the club next time, and we'll do our best to get them in if they do that. And that's pretty much it for the Raglan Sports Cup. Hopefully we'll see your children at the next trial. And if you want any further information, you can always email the school. You can visit our Twitter page at Raglan Schools. You'll see loads of pictures and updates of our school sports teams. And you can also visit our Raglan Sports News website and our Raglan PE and Sport website. Type those into Google, it comes up at the top. Thanks for watching.